Good morning. And now what we're going to do the rest of the day is give them some time to tend to their studies, and we're not going to have meetings this afternoon. We're going to extend our meetings a little bit in the morning. Just give them a little break here and make sure they can lock in on school a little bit before we go up to Cal. So we'll have a final walkthrough in the morning, and then we get on the buses at 12:30 and head north. So it should be fun.
How do you think the first week of classes kind of sat with them for a full week?
You know what? I think they like this schedule. We get them up early, and they're early birds anyway because year-round they work out early. And they're very focused at practice. I think that helps us. And then we get them at the end of the day as well in meetings, and maybe we come out here and just walk through a couple things, and it's been good. You know, I haven't noticed any lapses in their focus or anything like that, and so I think it's been good. I'm glad we did it last week to just give them a feel for how it was going to work out.
It's just been a bit of a learning curve back in college, and the idea of rivals and
For me?
for who was important. And
Well, there's a lot I don't know, obviously. I mean, there's many things that I'm just trying to learn, and one of them is, the importance of, or the significance, I should say, of certain games to the alumni and to the universities and to the public, and this is one of those games I've come to find out.
What clued you in that this was one of those games?
Some of the players, just the kind of the level of intensity they had. People just talking to people around campus. There's a lot of things I'm not familiar with down here, and it's fun to learn about them.
What have you learned about this rivalry?
I've learned that it's a little bit more significant than people would, think. We get a lot of emphasis on our game versus Southern Cal, but this game versus Cal is I guess pretty significant as well. So we try as a team not to put any extra emphasis on any one game just because we're trying to develop a level of consistency, but there's certain things that you just can't control, There's just certain vibes that happen.
That's impossible with the way college football is.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about college football. It's one of the things I love about college football is it's like the passion of the fans, towards their university and maybe against another university. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat.
So have you developed a hatred for Cal now?
No, I don't hate anybody.
Can you talk about Brett Hundley? Noah Mazzoni was telling me this week that he finally thought that against Colorado he was able to kind of dictate the kind of tempo he wanted to establish an offense. Can you talk a little about that?
I agree with Noah. We were smoother in our operation, and our tempo was more like we want it to be. And I think it was partially Brett, but I think it was also after having, that was our fifth game, into our fifth game, and getting used to what we're trying to do. You want it to start and happen right from the get-go, and you want to be at full throttle right from the get-go, but that's probably not realistic when it's a new program, a new system, new coaches, new terminology, and so it just takes you a little while to ramp up, and I think we're starting to hit our groove a little bit there.
Is there like a goal you guys have in mind for time between plays?
It depends on the situation, and sometimes if we're substituting, then the defense has an opportunity to substitute as well, and you'll see that the umpire will stand over the ball and wait for them to make their sub. So that sometimes can slow things down. But if we're not substituting, we want to go as fast as we can go. If you can catch a defense off balance a little bit, if they haven't had a chance to read maybe some of the tactical clues, some of the tendencies that you might have developed through the years before the ball snapped, that helps you. But in terms of a specific time, it varies. It varies by time in the game, by score of the game, things like that.
Any change in Zumwalt's status? Or?
Yeah, he practiced. He did everything. He had his helmet on. He felt good, and he's ready to play on Saturday night.
Starting?
No. We're going to start Damian out there, and we'll get Jordan some time, and then going forward, we'll just we'll figure out the best way to play those guys, to help us win football games and play good defense.
Can you talk about Stan McKay? He's played some pretty important downs for you guys defensively, and 2 interceptions the last 2 games, and just what does he bring to you?
Great intensity. He loves to play the game. We have that role for him in our base package where we put him in at the weak inside linebacker, either he or Dalton, and Stan's really embraced it. He's taken it to heart. He calls himself a little backer, or mini backer or something. I think it's mini backer, and Stan's just a guy that just loves to play football. And he's passionate about it, and it rubs off on his teammates. And he's obviously the last couple of weeks had a knack for being around the ball. Okay? All right. Thanks, everyone.